All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had a chance to stretch your legs, grab a cup of coffee or beer, depending on what time it is there. We've got our second lightning session speaker for today, joining in all the way from Canada. Welcome, Poonam.
Thanks, Kritika. Thank you for having me here.
All right, so Poonam, you're currently in Canada pursuing your postgrad degree while being employed full time at Leapfrog. Tell me why you decided to get a degree all the while already having a fruitful career.
Yeah, so just to answer this question, like I know many of the people right now have a question like, if you were already in IT background, do you still want to go ahead and pursue your master's or even post graduation? And that was the same question I had, right? So because I already have my career set. I was doing QA in Nepal, and I was just asking myself, do I want to join post graduation and do something else other than just working? So to answer that, like I have two reasons why I did it. So the very first reason is when you're doing masters or post graduation, it helps you to kind of specialize in a particular field or particular sector, right? So I have always wanted to be a project manager or wanted to do something in the project management field. And since I was working as a QA, I did see a few aspects of project management, but I couldn't indulge fully in the management sector. So that is the very reason why I wanted to do the post graduation. I wanted to specialize. I wanted to develop my critical thinking, writing skills, and do mentally, which graduation definitely is helping me do it. And having a full time job and with graduation, it's kind of like helping me build, a lot of knowledge. Right? I'm learning, and I'm also getting a chance to implement those things. So that has been a great opportunity. And the second thing why I wanted to do post graduation was because since we're in Nepal and we have been kind of following the same standards of our colleges and schools, so that has been common ground. And even in Leapfrog, though it has been a great learning, I wanted to explore a new environment where I could see, learn different perspective from people, meet new people. So definitely exposure and learning a new culture was a big part of me joining post graduation here in Canada. So yeah, to anyone out there, it might not the masters might not be for everyone, but if you want to learn something more, and it could be for you as well.
All right. Thank you, Poonam. I'm one of those people who's struggling to decide if I want to do it or not. And your answer gave me a bit of clarity.
I'm glad I did.
So you're juggling a lot. You're working in a different time zone. You're studying. You're working on a pretty big project. My follow-up question to you is, as a woman, and we are a rare breed in this industry, do you struggle with imposter syndrome?
A big yes. Yes, definitely. I do suffer from imposter syndrome. And to anyone who does not know what imposter syndrome is, it is I'll not say a mental illness. It is just a syndrome that you have when you feel like you are a fraud. You do not belong to a position you are in. So you're constantly doubting yourself. You feel like, you are in your position just because of dumb luck. So yeah, I definitely feel that. And I've talked to many ladies in the IT field, and I've asked them, like, do you also suffer from imposter syndrome? Definitely. And most of the people, it's almost like 80 to 90% ladies told me, like, yes, I do have imposter syndrome as well. But in contrary, when I talk to guys, like, do you know what imposter syndrome is? And when I explain it to them, do you feel it? And I've seen like the ratio, the males also feel it. Like there are people who are going through imposter syndrome, but the ratio is very less. And it's very interesting to me to see that because the females are a minority in IT sector, I think that's one of the reasons why we feel the imposter syndrome, and we're constantly doubting ourselves, like, are we doing things right? Are we like, we constantly want to prove ourselves, even though we have done a good job. We are still doubting ourselves, like maybe we could have done better, maybe like that person is not seeing flaws yet, but that person will definitely discover. And I've had time when my supervisor or my manager has told me, like, Poonam, you did a very good job. And I'm like,
are you sure? Like,
Exactly.
really? Yeah, so there has been time like that, and I'm definitely working on it. So yeah, to anyone out there, if you feel the same emotion that I am feeling, just let me tell you that you're not alone. And yeah, there are things that you can work on if you want to, like work with imposter syndrome. There are few things that you can do is like, first thing you have to acknowledge that yes, you do have imposter syndrome. You are not a failure. You can do things, but you just when you're going through imposter syndrome, so sometimes you feel like you might not be good enough, but that's something you have to accept yourself. So once you have that, it's very important that you go ahead and talk to your close friends or talk to your project managers or supervisors, anyone who's looking after you. So I think they are the best person to tell you like, uh, like XYZ, you are doing a great job. These are the things that these are your strength and these are your weaknesses. So it'll just give you a better perspective of where you stand. Like it helps you to analyze things. So another thing you can do is stop comparing yourself with everyone, which I know most of us do. Stop comparing yourself to everyone. You just want to be an improved version of yourself and not anyone else. So yeah, if you follow a few of these things, I think we can conquer this imposter syndrome. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Poonam. It was fun talking to you. It's been a while.